Hi. So I'm really hoping that this works, I tell you. And I learned how to unmirror it. So when I put something up, it should, yes, it's right. Okay. So it isn't reversed now. Everything I do isn't reversed. It's the right way. So I learned how to do that today, just in case I had a problem with it. I'm just going to go over here, and then my sister's going to. Hi, hun. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try this again. I tell you. I just want to make sure. I'm going to go over here while you're on. Over to Facebook. I just want to make sure that I'd like to add to the. Oh, okay. I'm Deb Simply Rustic. Making sure that I'm on and I can see me properly in the group. I'm live now. Okay. Yay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Sorry. It's just acting up. I don't know what it is. I'm having trouble figuring it out. My advice to everybody is don't update your computer when it tells you to update it. It's just driving me crazy. I've never had this trouble before on all the ones that I've done. So yeah. We're here now, and we're going to be doing the Christmas blocks today. I'm going to go over here. I showed everybody Herbie. He's just adorable. I have to figure out where this is on here. Herbie and Believe. This one's going to go up. This one, I only have 13 left of the stencil, so I will take an order for those who do want it and want to buy it with the stencil. I mean, you can use any stencil you want, right? You can have one that says ho, 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 or Merry Christmas, or whatever. But if you want the Believe one, then you can order it through me, and I will make sure you get it before the class. I'm going to do this, the Believe one at the end of February so that everybody has a chance to get it. And just so you know, this is actually a frame. So this is a frame, and this Believe is an insert. You can see on the back. It's a separate piece. So this is actually a 2-piece frame, an insert. Now I'm going to go, just a sec, let me come over here. I have all my blocks, so I am going to bring this down here. I'm going to switch this down. And then like this, hopefully that will work. I'm really hoping it will work. Da-da-da-dum, yep, it will. Okay. I'm just going to get myself proper lighting now. Okay. So these are the blocks that you get. I did take them all apart for you. You do have to. So I gave it a really light sanding just before I sent them. But I would always just kind of, these are just a little rougher. I would give them another little sanding, even if it's just along the top, after you do the base coat. So I base coated front, back, and sides of these. They're all done. Let's see. Oh, will we be able to... Oh, will we order the Believe later? You can order the Believe later. I'm just going to find out the pre-orders for the Believe for those who don't grab the first 13. That's all. So we're just going to get started on this right away. I'm going to go left or... Well, I think actually the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give all of these just a really light sanding. And this is just 320 grit sandpaper on my... Oh, let me turn that down. On my This is my little gator. So I've done 2 coats of this. And I'm going to just slightly go over this. I like them really nice and smooth. So I'm just going to go over the letter parts. Just really softly with this. I already gave the backs a little sanding. Okay, so I have been getting a lot of requests for people who say they want the Believe, they want the Believe. You can order the Believe now. There's 13 of them available in this kit, for this kit. So you can order it now, and it will be put, then I can send it and mail it right away. If you aren't one of the first 13, then it'll be on pre-order. But I need to get the pre-order in Monday so that I can send it right off to Lindsay so that I can get them. I mean, you can order it from Cupboard Distributing too. This is where I get these. This set is from Cupboard Distributing. But then you're paying for shipping twice. So that's why I was trying to get them. But you can get them from Chris, from Cupboard Distributing. I will put the link to the stencil up, and you will get 10% off. It's automatic if you use my code, my affiliate code, which I'll put up. You will get 10% off of it right away. And I think I'm trying to remember, I think how much I paid for these. I'll have to look it up. But they are not on my website yet. I'm just going to get rid of that. Just put this down. Okay, so I've just given this just a really nice soft sanding. And you can look at it and see if there's any little places that you might want to add a little bit. I like to always do a little bit on the corners, just so that when I distress it, it just adds a little bit more distressing to it. Okay. So I'm just coming here just a sec. We are. All right. So I base coated all of this. Now I used Chalky Finish Timeless. If you don't have it, you can use bleach sand, just regular Deco Art bleach sand. You can use Chalky Gesso Beige. If you're using folk art, you can use sheepskin. It's a little creamier, but that's okay. And if worse comes to worse, you don't have any of those, you can use antique white or desert sand. Just add a little bit of warm white to them just to soften them up a bit. Now I'm going to take put that right there. I'm going to take some warm white, and I'm just going to do a little bit of dry brushing right in here. And when I dry brush, I kind of like to pounce it a little bit. I don't just sit there and do a rub. I like to pounce it a little bit because I like to see some of the little marks on it. I'm just adding a little bit to that. And we're going to end up probably dry brushing all of them. Actually, I think let's go ahead and dry brush all of them, and then that part is out of the way. So the parts that are going to be left beige that I'm just adding something to, I'm going to dry brush. C-H, where's my R? R. Now, this is how I did this one. I mean, there are a million ways that you can paint these. You can paint them so many different colors. You can paint the letters all one color and the background all one color. You know, you might want to use more greens or just reds. I did one that was just a really pretty soft, oops, don't like that. Really soft green and gold. So yeah, it's, I mean, really the sky's the limit. When I did them, I did these, I did a whole bunch of these for the craft fair. I couldn't keep these in stock. Like as soon as I put them up, they were gone. And I did them all in different colors. There's a little S. I know where to do it because I have the picture in front of me. This will all be, I will be putting the file up later after the lesson tonight. Is my sister talking? Yes, the file, yeah. There will be. Oh no, poor Claudia is trying to join the Zoom. Oh no. Yes. Can somebody send Claudia something on Facebook Messenger and just tell her that we're not there? Okay, so these are all just being, I just gave these a quick little dry brush in some of the spots. Okay, now we're going to take the Christmas. So I like to shade these even though it's, you know, not a, you know, something that you might think should be shaded or would be shaded. But I did like to shade this one. And I used Fawn. So you can use Fawn, you can use, if you've done it in this softer one, you can use Antique White. I think you're going. Where's my Fawn? I was sure I just had it out. What color is this? I'll just be a sec. I just want to grab a different color. Phyllis, if you're watching, yes. So I'm going to take my angle brush. Pardon, honey?
She's Pam back in to put the dimensions up for the different blocks, but there are all so many different sizes.
Every block is different. Every block is a different height, a different width. So I would have to sit and try and measure each one, which I don't really want to do. But I can tell you that the tallest one, which is, well, this C, say, measures 3 inches. And the T, which is a little bit bigger, measures 3.5 inches. The littlest one, which is probably the A and the S, they measure 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. So you just want a shade, and this is just going to help it look like the C is really standing out. And I just went around the whole outside of the C along the base. Roxanne, can you hear me talking in the background? I have it on a little bit so that I can hear you.
I turned my sound off here, and now I can't hear.
Okay, it's just that if I turn mine right down, then I can't hear you.
Yeah, no, it was because I had my volume still on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
The echo should be gone now.
Okay, I can hear it. Deanna says she can hear an echo. Yeah, and I think it's because I have it on a little bit so that I can hear my sister in case she asks me a question. That's the trouble with live. What I'm going to do, Roxanne, is I'm going to turn you right down and let you see if you can answer the questions, okay? And if you can't, I'll just check them later. But I'll look at the comments too all the time, okay?
Okay.
There, should not hear an echo now. I've turned me down. So you can see I've done all along the outside here, on the inside of the C, around the outside, the whole base, and then I went just around the base. So this is the C. So now I'm going to do some pretty colors up here. Now I used Heritage Brick. Now I did a lot of wash because I didn't want it really dark. So I used Heritage Brick. I used Celery Green. I'm hoping I have enough Celery Green. I was like out of it, trying to get more. So Deb Antonik gave me, she didn't have any left either, but we found that Folk Art makes this color called Basil Green, and it is really close to Celery Green. So I'm hoping I have enough of the Celery Green. If not, I'm not worried. Don't have to worry about it because I can use the Basil Green. Now, I had received from Chris Hoy one set of brushes, which I tried. These are amazing, amazing brushes. I'm not sure what it is, but you can see how long these bristles are, these hairs are. And I think it just enables it to have a lot of spring and bounce to them, really holds the paint well. Love these brushes. These are the ones that I am actually giving away. So I am going to do, I'm taking some Heritage Brick, and I'm going to do just a really light wash of this. And I'm barely touching the surface because I don't want it to be very dark. And I'm just going to do some stripes. And again, this is just a kind of a light wash. And I'm just eyeing, you can see I'm just eyeing these stripes. I'm not worried about being perfect with them. These aren't supposed to be perfect. I can still hear an echo, you know. But I'm not, I know, I'm not worrying about it. I can't, this thing just doesn't go down anymore. Okay, so I did, this is done with the Heritage Brick. Oh, this is just going to drive me nuts. Thanks, Phyllis. It's just so funny. My volume is turned right down completely. I've never, ever had trouble with this before, so I don't know why I am having trouble now. Now I'm doing another wash, and this is with the Celery Green. And I'm doing it right in between. You can see? In between the reds. And it's just a really light wash. I don't want this too dark. because I actually will shade this, and I'm shading it with the exact same color. It's just that then I'm not going to do, I'm not going to water it down as much. So you can see this is what it looks like now, and it's quite washy. So I'm just going to quickly dry this, and I'm just going to shade it again, but with the same color. Just not water it down so much. And that just will make everything really pop. Because right now it looks kind of blah. Now I'm going to take my angle brush. And I'm going to pick up my heritage brick. Oh, I just love listening to myself yitter yatter. And I'm going to go down the side of each stripe. The left side of each stripe, I'm shading it just like that. And all of a sudden, these really pop. So there's the C. Then I'm going to take the celery green, and I'm going to do the same thing with it. Just down the left side of each one. You can just bring it, start a little bit away from the edge and then dance it to the edge. Roxanne, did you get your dinner, honey?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you can see now how that has really made these little stripes pop. I'm going to dry them. And then I'm going to take a little bit of warm white. Now don't try and do these perfect. These are not meant to look all perfect. And I'm going to take this one. Now this is just a really small one. This is a number 2 of the filberts. Just because I wanted one really narrow. I tell you, these are, when you guys are looking for some new filberts, get them. You have to try these because these are just fabulous. Now in between the green and the red, I'm going to put just a little wash of this warm white. And that just separates them a little bit more, fills in that area, and it looks really pretty. And again, you don't try and be perfect with this. That isn't what this is. This was never meant to be all perfecty. It's a little Debbieism, perfecty. Okay. Now I'm going to take my ball stylus. I'm going to take a little one. I just want a little one. A very tiny tip. And I'm going to take Snow White, and I'm just going to add a few little dots here and there. Now look when you do it. So I immediately see that I want a little bit more red here. So I'm just going to add a little bit more red. Just want to make sure that it's this color that I want. I just wanted to deepen that a little bit. Now I'll add a few little dots. And I'm just randomly, seriously, just randomly adding a few little dots here and there. Okay, just like that. And then on the inside of this block, I am adding some dots of Heritage Brick, but I'm going to add them a little bit bigger, so I'm going to use the other end. And really, I'm just randomly adding a few of them. And this is, again, with Heritage Brick. So you can see we've got this part done so far. I'm going to dry these a little bit. This is actually all going to be splattered. I just want to dry this up a little bit. Now I'm going to take my Distress Oxide. Just trying to find the right one here. Distress ink. Nope. Distress, is this it? Nope. This is what happens when you decide to buy a million of these, every color imaginable. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of Distress Oxide, and I want to just kind of go around these edges. Just a little bit more. And I'm going to add just a little bit around there too. I want to go down these sides just a little bit. And this is with the Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. So this is just the C. So the C is actually done, except we're going to be doing a little bit of splattering. Oops, let me just, there we are. Okay. Now what you can do also, if you look at it and you think, oh, I think I've done it too dark, or because sometimes you can, I do every once in a while, I do a little bit too dark. You can take your 320 grit and you really can just ever so softly just go over it like that, and then you can just redo some dots if you need to. So this is the C, and we're going to move on to the H. Now the H, the letter H itself, I just took a little bit of the celery green, and I did a really light wash right on the H. And it's very soft. You can see how soft I've done this. And I didn't sit and try and measure all these little stripes or, you know, anything like that. I just put them on. So the H just has this really little light wash. And then the background is done in a wash again. I'm going to pick up this of the Heritage Brick, and I did a light wash of it. And I went around just the inside of all the block here. Now, if you don't have Heritage Brick, you can use Rookwood Red. Just make sure that you do a light wash. We don't want this really dark because we're going to shade this and then it's going to look dark. I might actually do 2 coats of this because I think I would like it a little bit darker. For this. And again, this is just my idea. I mean, you can do it any way you want, any colors you want. You don't have to go through all the stripes and the dots and the this and that. You might want to do yours just all one color, you know. Like I said, everybody is different, and there's a million different ways that you can do this. This was just one way that I did it. I'm just going to dry this off. Okay, now I'm going to take my angle brush again, and I'm going to pick up my fawn, and I'm going to go around the letter H. Right on it, not at the base of it. I'm going to go down all the sides. I get a little thing whenever anybody goes to my site. So if people are going there looking for Believe, it isn't up yet. It will be after this class. I will put it up. I was taking some pictures of it just before we started this class. So you can see I'm just going around the outside of this, along the bottom here. Now I'm going to go to the Heritage Brick, and I'm going to shade this, and I'm shading it with the Heritage Brick, and I'm going all around the base of this H. When I base coated the whole thing, every part of this block with the chalky paint. And again, you can use any of the substitutes that I've said, and I will, of course, put all the substitutes up. And please remember, you do not have to try and make this perfect. We want to make these kind of rusticy looking. Well, I do. That's what I'm doing with these, is I'm making it quite rusticy looking. But you can really use any color. I mean, you can make these really quite elegant if you want. Cannot wait to figure out what is wrong with, figure out what is wrong with my Zoom. I tell you, I absolutely hate whatever this update has done to it. Now I'm going to take the Distress Oxide again, and I'm going to go around the outside here. Use this one. So I'm just going around it. I just want to rough it up just a little bit. Well, rough it up, distress it up just a little bit more. And then I did some dots. I did a lot of just little dots on this. Okay. So I did on the red here, I did warm white. So you can use warm white or you can use bleach sand, especially if you don't want a really big contrast. I think I'm going to try bleach sand. I don't like too big of a contrast, and I want to be able to, when I splatter it with the Snow White, I want it to really show up. So I'm going to do these little dots in bleach sand. And I'm just putting some little dots here and there. Now the surface of these blocks are not really smooth. They're rough. They're supposed to be rough. So if you get them and you go, ugh, these are kind of crappy. They're quite rough. They're supposed to be rough. I didn't want them to be all perfect. You can sand them more if you like, but I like them roughish. I'm going to take a little bit of this bleach sand and I'm going to add another little stripe right beside the green. Just a little one, just right beside the green. These are just, they're just little things, right? You don't have to do this. It's just another little stripe on it. And then it has little dots on it with the Heritage Brick. And again, you can use Rookwood Red, Deep Burgundy, any of the nice reds will work. So that's all there is to the H. You can see where we're going with this. The H. Now we're doing the R. So again, I'm going to do a lighter wash with the Heritage Brick. Now, if you don't really like the idea of washing, what you can do is you can take something like Wild Berry, which is softer. I actually like using the Wild Berry. Or you can use dried clay. And then do the shading with the Heritage Brick. I'm just going to got a little bit of red down here. I'm just going to take that off. If you find that you get some on any of this, you can take your color. So this was my base color. So I can take it, put a little bit on a dry brush, and just kind of pounce a little bit more of it on. Don't sit there and use a wet brush with paint on it to try and cover it up. Just dry brush it on. Covers way better, blends. It'll end up blending right in. Okay, I just want to make sure this is dry. Okay, now I want to do some green on the background. So I'm going to take some celery green and I'm going to do some stripes on the background. So this is just with the celery green.
Hey, Dad,
Yep.
is it possible for you to get more blocks? Are you going to be doing
I can't. I actually did try to get some more. I think I have 5 more that I can put up. So if anybody wants any more, I can put 5 more up. In the shop. Now I'm going to do it diagonally too. And again, this is just really softly. I don't want this to be too dark. I'm going to dry this off. And it's uneven. Like, don't, again, this is not meant to be even. So I am switching over. I'm out of the celery green, which is irritating, but I am. So I've actually switched over to this is the basil green, and I tell you, it's really almost exactly the same. I'm just really happy about that. Okay, I'm going to take the angle brush now. We're just going to start doing a little bit of shading. And again, I'm going to take the Heritage Brick and I'm going to go all around this R. I have several of these around my house at Christmas time, done in different colors. Different, you know, just decorated them a little bit different, each one. So this is the R. Now I'm going to go all around the edge in fawn. So you can see everywhere that it's beige, I'm shading in fawn. The red wash I'm shading in Heritage Brick. So the same color that I kind of did the wash in is what I'm shading it with. I'm just not watering it down. That's the only difference. Going all around the letter R with the fawn. Now I'm just going to do more dippy dots because I love dippy dots. And they just seem to kind of go with this. So just kind of randomly here and there adding dippy dots. Everybody's going crazy asking me for more blocks. I will see what I can do. Yeah?
So, actually, Rhonda is asking if there's a way to get just letters without the blocks attached. Now, I know that particular set comes just as is,
I can.
but is there a way?
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
Okay, and Pam is emailing you or texting you, sorry, because she wants a set of your...
Yes, she does. So we have CHR. You can see where this is going. This is all going to be splattered too. I'm going to do a nice coat of snow on it. This is the eye. Now the eye is this, I've left this beige, so I'm going to just take a little bit of fawn. Need a little bit more. Oops. And I'm going to go around the letter again and all the way around the outside. I mean, you can do it so that these blocks, you know, you can whip them up in, you know, after you've base coated them in, you know, like half an hour. I just thought I would show you this, and so that you can, you know, see how you can add stripes and polka dots and things to them, just to make them a little bit different. And I know I did forget on the R. I will distress the sides of it. So there's that. Now I'm going to take the green. I think I can use this one. So the celery green again. And I'm just going to do the letter I. I'm going to dry this off. Now this one I'm going to use I'm going to take Hauser Medium Green because I want this one just to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to shade it with Hauser Medium Green. Get this off of here. Are you eating, Roxanne? I can hear crinkling.
No, my pad for moving my mouse around on my laptop.
Is it crinkling?
It won't. I just wiped it off, hoping it would help, but I can't move anything on it. It's frozen.
Oh, geez, we're having a heck of a time between the two of us, aren't we?
We really are.
I just cannot believe that this is happening to me Tuesday and then today. Why an update on my computer is causing all this trouble that I have not been able to figure out what is wrong with it.
It's not something that we've ever come across before.
Never. I've never had trouble in all the time that I've been doing these. Never, ever had trouble. It's a little disconcerting. Little disconcerting. Now I've done this, but I'm going to take my liner. See, I feel like I'm loud again. And I'm going to take some bleach sand, and I just want to add a little stripe to this. Now, again, you don't have to do this. I just wanted to add a little stripe to this. like that. And then I'm going to take my Dippy Daughter and I'm going to use the green and the red for dots on this. Because I want to bring some red into it. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of red. Like that. Now I'll go around the outside, do the vintage photo. But just when we finish, I'll do them all together. Okay, so there's the I. Now the little s. I'm going to go around the outside, right on the S with fawn. I feel like every one of my devices is acting up, and I honestly have just updated all my devices. You know, you get those little things. You know, make sure your device is plugged in for an update tonight. Don't do it. Don't update your devices. You'll end up like me. Just so irritating. Now I am going to take the green again. I'm not going to water it down quite as much. Maybe leave it this one a little bit darker. Just going to go around the outside of the S on the block part. Yeah, so I will ask my cutter friend about doing these letters. I know I said yes, but I'm assuming she can. I will have to find out how much they are, though, to do the letters. She'll tell me tomorrow when I go over to pick up the rest of my Herbies. I had to get her to cut a bunch more Herbies. Okay, now I'm just going to dry this. And I'm going to take my Hauser medium green and I'm going to shade it in because I want this to be darker. So all around the base of the S where it touches. This is just so irritating. Oh, you need more antlers? Aren't those the cutest antlers? Have people been receiving their kits? I know some people have received them. Usually West Coast, Middle, should have received them by now. East Coast, you may have to wait a little bit longer. Plus, I don't know about the weather down there. If it's playing any part in delay in post. But most people should receive them this week. Oh, Rhonda got hers. I think a lot of people did end up getting them. Yes, iced over. I know. It's just been horrible, hasn't it, Pam? Do we have any birthdays today? Somebody's birthday? Seems to me there should be somebody's birthday. Seems to me there is someone's birthday or close to it.
daughter.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. I know her. I'm just going to go around the outside of this. I think I want to add just a little bit more. It's right here in the middle. Dry this off. Now I'm going to do red on the S. So again,
Jolie's birthday.
is it Jolie's birthday? See, I knew it was somebody. Happy birthday, Jolie. I knew it was somebody's birthday today. I actually can't believe I remembered that it was somebody's birthday, but I did. I remember seeing it. Happy birthday. I would sing happy birthday, but it would, the computer or the iPad would really break. So we're not going to do that. Why scare everybody off so early? I'm just going to dry this. So I just did this in the red I used, which was Heritage Brick. And then I'm going to shade it again with, for some reason, it's so funny, my iPad keeps getting louder and louder, and I look at it, and it has gone up, like it's the volume's gone up, and I'm going, why is the volume up? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm picking up some Heritage Brick, and I'm going to go down one side and just make this a little bit darker. And you can, even when you do this, let's say you want it just a little bit lighter, you can even pick up a little bit of the white and go down the opposite side that you shaded on. And just softens it up just that little bit, right? And then I'm going to take my liner and I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the Heritage Brick, and I'm going to put a little stripe down the left side of each stripe. There. Now, I'm actually just going to leave this a little bit because I think I'm just going to splatter this one. But see what we've done so far? C-H-R-I-S. See how they look so pretty when they're all together? And then we're going to splatter them all. This is my daughter's name, by the way. My daughter's name is Chris. We're going to splatter all of these too. So we're going to do the T. Now the T, let's see if I can do that. The T itself is done in the Heritage Brick. And again, you can use any red that you want. I'm using Heritage Brick. Now, you can see that I got a little bit down here on the brown. Now, you would think I would go, oh my gosh, and I would freak out and I would try and get it off. You know what? I'm not going to, because again, I want these to look a little rusticy, a little old, whatever you want to call it. So I'm actually going to leave that
I could not.
Leave it? Well, you know how OCD I am, but I like, kind of like the way it looked, because I did on the original one. I remember getting a little bit on it, and I didn't notice it right away, so I shaded over it. Yeah, I haven't seen any blocks that say Easter. But I'll show you when I'm finished. You don't really notice that you don't really notice it. But see, look, you don't even really notice where I had gotten any red on it. See? Oops. Should pull this down a little bit. See? So everybody that is sending me messages, I mean, I'm getting a lot of messages right now. Anybody that is sending messages, I will look at after the class is over. So I'm taking the celery green, and I'm just going to give just a really light stripe in here. Again, it's just a wash with it. I don't want it to be too dark. You can see, like that. Now I'm going to take the Heritage brick, and I'm going to shade this piece, this one. Go down the sides. On the bottom there. But see, you can't really tell where I did get some red on it. But I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of like things to look a little messy sometimes, I guess is the word. Just makes me think they look a little bit older and used, right? And I like that in some things. These blocks, I like that in. Okay, now I'm going to take my Dippy Daughter and the bleach sand, and I'm just going to do a few little dippy dots in the bleach sand. I think I need a bigger one there. Okay, now that's all there is to the T. Now the M. So the M is done in the green again. So you can see this M is a little skinnier. So that one's a little bit too skinny. That's too big. That one's too skinny. I think I need a different one. Is this one too skinny? Oh, this one will work. I'm hoping that when I finish the class, I'm going to go to the front door and the postman will have dumped something, dumped my parcel on it and ran. Otherwise, I sure hope it's coming tomorrow. I'll have to try and find out what happened to it. I mean, if they could deliver yesterday, they can certainly deliver today. So again, this is done in the green of your choice, whether it's celery green or light avocado or whatever green you think you like. I like celery green in this. Aloe is nice, but it's got, I think, to me, it has too much of a blue tinge to it. for this piece, but it's also a very pretty color. Okay, and while that's drying, I'm just going to go around and I'm going to do the fawn. And I'm going to go all around the base of the M on this block. And again, this is with fawn. Oh, that's a dark hair. I'm going to have to talk to my husband. I only have gray hair. Okay. I'm just joking. I do have a few black. So I'm just going around the base of the M. Right on the block. Yeah, for those, whoever was it that said, oh, thank you, Yvonne. Yeah, it would be really nice to get blocks that said Easter.
That was Rhonda who said that.
Pardon me? Was it Rhonda?
Kathy.
Kathy. Yeah, me too. I wish, oops. I wish we could. I just want to get some more paper towel. I mean, I could always get them cut out, the letters cut out, but well, actually, we do have the blocks, don't we, Roxanne? Huh, don't we? We have these, but these are big, see, these are blocks, like real, actual blocks, whereas these are just, you know, this wide. I'm going to take my Hauser medium green, and I'm going to go around my letter M. And again, you can, just like whenever I shade anything, I really just kind of dance it. I like to dance my shading. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not doing another class till next Thursday, because I really have to get this Zoom thing figured out, or my computer thing, or whatever the update did to everything.
Could your son-in-law help you?
Yeah, I have an amazing son-in-law who knows all about these things. So I'll get him to give me a hand. So I'm just going around this M, just definitely down the left of each side, and then I'm just kind of adding a little bit here and there. Now I'm going to take my bleach sand. Now, if you don't have bleach sand, you can use light buttermilk. Light buttermilk would look really pretty too. It's just a little bit creamier than the bleach sand. Should dry this first. And I just did some diagonal lines. I did 2 beside each other. Now you can, if you want, you can take tape and measure all this and tape it off and everything would be absolutely perfect. I didn't want to do that, which is weird for me because I am a little, can be a little OCD about things. Right, Roxanne? Mm-hmm. So again, I use bleach sand. You can use light buttermilk if you don't have bleach sand. Now I'm just adding a few dippy dots in the red. Just willy-nilly here and there. You don't need to add too many. We're just doing a few little ones. I think I need one here. There's the M. Now the A. This is left. So this is going to be left in this timeless color. But we're going to put a little bit of green on it. So again, I'm using celery green. Or if you run out of it, you can use, what is it, basil green. And I'm doing some wider stripes like this. And then I'm crossing it. But I'm using the chiseled edge. Like that. And then the outside of this is all done in the red. So again, I use the Heritage Brick. I think that's a little darker than I wanted, so let's... It's going around all the ladders with the colors. That takes the time, especially if you're doing a lot of different colors, like I'm kind of going in between the, you know, the beige and the red and the green. I mean, which you don't have to do. Honestly, you can do any color combination that you want. And like I said, I did one that was all in that really light soft green, and it was the first one that sold. So, you know, people just have their own taste, and they like them in, you know, different colors, whatever color whatever color scheme their house may be, or... Now we're going to try and get in this hole here. So I'm going to use a smaller one to get in there. Now, if you decide you want to use like Rookwood Red, I would shade it in with Deep Plum or Black Plum. That's just what I would do. Okay, now I'm going to take the Heritage Brick and I'm going to shade this, and then I'm going to show you something else that you can do. So I'm going to go around the edge of the letter A along the block. Go in there a little bit. Now, something that you can do just to, if you want to bring a little bit of the red up to the A, get your brush a little bit damp. Just pick up a little bit of your red that you're using on the edge of it, work it in, and then you can add a little shade of the red. You can see how I've added just a little shade of the red there. And that's just something else that you can do on your ones that are just this beige color, is you can add a tint to it just by adding a little kind of shady wash with the red. And then we're gonna just do some dippy dots. See, I wanted this to be simple yet look really cute. And the dippy dots actually just kind of work with it. It sort of brings them all together because they all have dippy dots. So there's the A. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't go around the edges. With the fawn. I wanted to do the fawn. I showed you how to do it with the red, but I do want to do it with the fawn. Is your hubby wondering if you're done, Roxanne?
Yes.
Yes. Almost. There's the A and then the big S. So the big S is done in stripes again, and we did it in the green, and we did it in the red stripe. So we're going to start with the green, and it's going to be a little bit of a wash, but it's going to have some color to it too. Okay, so we're going to do green and another green. And a green. And a green. Now I'm gonna use a flat that's just a little bit smaller, not quite as wide, to do the red with. And I'm going to do it in between. Okay, like that. And then I'm just going to shade these. I'm going to do the red with the Heritage brick, just along the left edge. And I'm going to do the green with the Heritage, with the Hauser medium green. A little bit more water on that. Oh, Roxanne, I got all your Santas. Oh, see, it's loud again. Okay, and then down here, I just shaded it again with the fawn. A little bit too much water on that one. So I'm assuming I'm going to get my package from the post office tomorrow. I don't know why they couldn't deliver it today. And then I will send your parcel off.
I'm so lucky.
Yes. I got all your fabric, and I got a couple extra cute little things for you. I got all your stencils. Okay, I'm gonna dry this. On these stripes, I'm gonna take a little bit of this warm white, and I'm gonna just go down the side of each of the colors, the opposite side that I shaded. And it really actually makes quite a difference in them. I really like doing this little bit of a white highlight to them, but I do it a little wetter. I have my brush a little bit damper when I do this. And I just like the really soft effect that it gives it. See? I'm actually going to, this was the C, the letter C that we did. I'm actually going to do it on each side. On the each stripe down the side that isn't shaded. Just going to dance that up a little bit on there. I'll start at this end actually.
What color is that, Deb?
I just used warm white, and I tell you, it just softens each stripe up. Just really makes them look so soft and pretty.
Very candy cane.
See? Yes. See how that looks? How it just kind of softens it. It sort of all kind of blends together. I really like that. I just think it looks so pretty. So anywhere you have a stripe, you can, if you want, you can do that. I'm going to add a little bit to this S. But again, I have quite a bit of, well, not quite a bit, but it's a damper brush. See how it really just softens them all up like that? Okay, now we're going to take these. I'm going to take my Distress Oxide, and I'm just going to do the edges on this, on every letter. Just going to go down the sides. They just a little bit more finished, a little bit more aged if you do this. So, and I'm using Vintage Photo. Now you can use any color you want. And as I'm doing it, you can see I'm getting a little bit on the edges of the letters, which just kind of, you know, ages them a little bit too, which I really like. Yeah.
You didn't put any dots in the large S?
Oh, where's my large S? Oh, right here. Yes, I'm sorry, there is. There are green dots.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you. And they are done in the, in the celery green. And again, you can do them anywhere you want. So I'll just put that aside to dry for a minute while we finish distressing the edges.
Deb, that's just a makeup brush, right? The black, that one you're using right now?
These are called ink blending brushes. And you can get these on Amazon. You can buy these at Dollar Tree in the makeup, you know, where they have all the, you know, the makeup sponges and all that. So I am just brushing some of this on. I want to get it all along these edges here, just to kind of distress them a little bit. Plus it makes them look more finished, like you just haven't, you know, forgot about them. And I don't mind getting a little bit around the edges of the letters while I'm doing it. This is the H. I think I already did it. And then the A. But there's just a few things, different things that you can do with this, with these blocks. So I've showed you how to do some of the stripes, how you can put dippy dots on them if you want. I'm just going to splatter these so you can see what they look like. Splattered. H, R, see if I can spell this correctly. I, little s, T, I'm going to bring this up a bit. T, M, A, S. Is that upside down? No, this was right. Okay, are they all in there? All the letters in there, do you think? Can you? Okay, I'm just going to bring that up a little bit. Now, I'm going to splatter these. I want to splatter these. I'm going to use my denture brush. So you can do two things. I'm going to splatter these with two things. So, you know. First, I'm going to splatter it with Snow White. Going to pick some up on my denture brush, and I'm splattering these with. See how pretty that makes it? I just think it looks so pretty. And then I'm going to take my, over here, my Champagne Stardust, and I'm going to splatter it with a little bit of the Champagne Stardust. Now, you don't have to do this with the Champagne Stardust. I just love how when it gets on this beigey color, which I use Timeless, it just really makes them pop. Just really makes that color, adds a little bit more to it. So I got a little bit dampened toothbrush. And now I'm going to splatter just a little bit. And I don't want to go too crazy. Just want to put a little bit on. And it'll get on some of the color too, and that's okay. Oh, now if you happen to get a blob, say a blob falls off, just pick up your Q-tip and pick it up. There. It just looks so, these look so pretty. Wish you could see them in person. Can you see them? Didn't they turn out super pretty? I'm gonna bring this up. Ah, I beg your pardon. I can't hear you. No. It's just splattered. The little s does not have any dots. It's just left blank because I decided to splatter it instead, just like this R. Oh, actually, the R does have dots. Sorry, but no, the little s does not have any dots. I thought the splatter would be enough. But isn't it pretty? They're just all so pretty, but I do recommend that you take some warm white and on the opposite side of the shading when you do the stripes, just to put a really nice highlight with the warm white. And again, I used a little bit damper of a brush. But yeah, see, now I'll put these in this set in the craft fair. And I'm sure I'll just sell it like I did the other ones. I just sold them right away. It was really, people just really loved these. And you can actually glue them together so they don't move. Right now they're all individual blocks, but you can glue them all together so it's just one big long word. And then, they might not fall down. I kind of like them separate. I will, kind of put them in a little arch or whatever. So yeah. So that is our Christmas blocks. Yes, I really like it. Thanks, everybody. They really do turn out so pretty. And again, you can do any color you want. You can do any color scheme, any dots, stripes, whatever you want. Yeah. That's it. Thank you. Now, this is the last of the patterns. No new patterns kits are going to be released now until the middle of February, and they're going to be for the March classes. So, I can't remember what day it is, the second Thursday in the month, I'll be releasing two new kits, maybe 3, I'm not sure. And that'll be for the March lessons. So I'm always going to try and do it so that you receive them, a month, see them before the start of the month so that you will have them and you don't have to sit and wait for them. Herbie is up in the group for anybody who wants to purchase Herbie. Again, I'll put the believes up. I've been getting messages from everybody saying that they want to believe, they want to believe, they want to believe. So anyway, I'm going to go through them. I'm going to put some up in the group, some of the kits with the believe, in just a little bit. And and then I'm also going to put up in the group, a list of people who want the believe stencil. And then I can get them ordered on Monday so that I can get them to you before we actually do the believe class. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Stay warm, stay cool. Don't slip on any of those icy roads or sidewalks. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks a lot. Bye.